I'm Hannah from @bookswithtales, and that is the same on Instagram as it is on my YouTube, so please subscribe down below or follow me on the other platform. And you're probably wondering what I'm doing sitting on the floor. Well, long story short, so I've decided on my 1 week off from my job that I am going to reorganise my bookcase. Yeah. So basically, a bit of context behind that. My whole bookcase is alphabetical. So yes, it can be a bit of a nightmare, but at least I know where all my books are. And over the last couple of months, because I've been working full time, I've just kept buying myself books to make me feel better, and here we are. So I'm going to start just by pulling off the ones that I haven't actually slid in yet because there's no room. And maybe get rid of a few books as well. This is fun. Lee. That can go in the L pile. This is probably the part of the video I should speed up in editing. M can go in the M pile. K. Oh, this was signed. Don't you love charge up book finds? M. Oh, another M. This is invigorating. Oh, I really want to read this one. I really love The Disappearances, which is a rubber book. Another M! You notice there's a lot more M's than there is other letters. Like, every author is M. Mass. Murphy had to look at that, I couldn't even remember what I just read. Oh no, this is F, so this defeats the pattern. Ugh. Isn't this one really pretty? Look. I really love this last book as well. I think end pages are my new thing. Just makes it so much prettier. Then again, I do like the secret cover, and so that's a bit disappointing. You know what, I didn't realise that this actually came in green or red. I got the green. I think I prefer the green actually. Because you can see that red is the scenting colour, so it does look alright. But the green just goes with the overall look better. See, cover expert. So basically all I've done is alphabetise them on my bed so far. So, just so you can see. Okay guys, so at present all I'm doing is clearing the shelf off so that I can move my whole Z's down. Random plug. Bookend. Wet to dust. It's just so nasty. How often do you guys actually wipe down your shelves? I feel like I need to do it more often. It's just black. Look at all that. Ugh. How many times do I have to wipe it? It just goes into globs of dust. Oh, there's a black bit. What's that for? Oh, I think I'm making it worse. Whatever that is. Need more wet wipes. Ew. Oh, I can't get up. I'm so old. I don't want to lean on my shelves. Okay, she says leaning on her shelf. Okay, this should be enough for one shelf. No, there's not that much dust. I always take these off, I find them really annoying. Then I just have my cloth on. See behind me? So much easier. It's a really good book though. If you like carnivals, circuses, mystery, all in this isolated location called a cruise ship. If there's a murder, there's going to be a murderer. Hunt or be hunted. And Audrey Rose is no gazelle. Murphy Thomas. Okay, so basically, if I didn't explain this properly, the Z's will move down because they're at the tail end of the alphabet, and I'm going to move them all the way down to the bottom because eventually I will fill the gaps in with all the books that are on my bed. Oh, interesting fact, I got this book from a charity shop and I thought, wow, this sounds so good. Then I realised it had number 2 and I was like, oh, can I be bothered to buy number 1? And I was like, no, can't be bothered. Then I went to another charity shop and I thought, oh, this book looked good. And I was reading it, London 1882 obviously appeals to me. And so I bought it, and then just as I was alphabetising on my bed, I realised that's number 1 and that's number 2. That's what you call good luck. No, this is bad luck. I don't want to move the ball. Such a big job. Okay, I'm not going to cry, I'm just going to do it. I need to put the cover on this one as well. This is the second book in the Stalking chapter of the series, so the one just before the Escaping from Houdini book. This is good as well. Prince Dracula. Very gothic this spooky season. Let's just move these down. Do you guys alphabetize, or are you more just colour coordinated, or how do you do it? I don't think I could do colour coordinated because most of mine are black. I've noticed though, interesting fact, when people have the black edges, instead of being completely discombobulated, what they do is turn the book around, so you'll have that on show, and that is probably more appeasing if you go for like this pastoral colouring. So you get, instead of all these black edges like that, you'd have that. I think that does look nice, but I don't know how I'd find them again. They'd just be buried. I'd have to have like some sort of secret to work out which one's which. I mean, how could you possibly remember where they all are? This book is such a good read. 12 Nights. I never hear anyone talk about it either. It's, I'd say, more middle grade. But look, you got these like quite little. I love when you have the different colours in a book. So pretty. Yeah, and I'm a sucker for a hot air balloon. If there's a hot air balloon anywhere near the book, on the book, by the book, I'll forget the book. Yeah, that's one luck works. This is a book from one of the book boxes called Book Box Club. Lots of bees, plosive sounds there. But it's so good. It's a Narnia retelling with 2 sisters, so you have one sister's perspective for half the book and then the other one for the other half of the book. I'm just crying. No, this is a depressing read though, so only read it if you're in a really good mental place. I just remember this was in the summer I read this, and I went down the stairs, I went to my mum in the garden and I was just like it just completely ruined me. My watch is telling me to breathe. I don't breathe when I look at this book. No, so depressing. One of my favourites. I don't usually read depressing. I'd rather have uplifting. Why have I got a C down here? I probably had periods in my life where I didn't know the alphabet. Probably last year. I haven't read that. I got really excited because I saw a signed edition on Waterstone, so I bought the first book. It's in Regency London and I've just never read it. That's good though. English magic lies in their hands. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Whose hands? Whose hands does the magic lie in? My hands? Too excited for that. Let me put this on the C file. Can't reach the C file, I'll just... But anyway, if you can see that shot from the camera, I think it looks alright. I think I need to colorify it, don't I? Maybe some line down, some up. Just because this one's, you got a lot more room here, so I feel like I waste space if I just lay it like this. All mine are different lengths, which is really annoying, and I can't even move them because the main supporting shelf, which you can't move, is just in the wrong place. It's frustrating. I don't think I've had my mermaid phase of books. I think I read one and they kept saying her tail swished as she swam, and it kept saying swish all the way through, and I just couldn't handle it. I don't know why, it just really bugged me. She swished to the left, she swished to the right. Oh, and my Fairy Loot box. I love this. I need another one really, just because it's so packed with bookmarks. Well, I have books on my bed that I'm meant to be slotting in at the same time as moving these down. I swear, what do I do? Things just fall over when I'm near them. You know, I went down the stairs when I ate a banana and I smushed it all over myself. It fell, and the normal reaction would be to pull it out. Instead, what do? Banana everywhere. I had wet hair for a while to go dry that off. Okay, so W. W. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This, ladies and gents, is why you don't cram books together, because then you can't fit other ones in. This is all very rough at the moment, I swear. It'll look better once I've jiggled. I just remembered that I promised to order a Domino's tonight, so I'm just quickly doing that because I may or may not have forgotten. Oh, talking about gorgeous books. I think this is classified as a graphic novel, even though there is quite a bit of words to tell this story of this boy who lives in a train station and the invention of cinema. It is honestly such a lovely book to read. And considering the size of this, it only took me a few hours. And there's a movie, and it's one of my favourite films, and honestly one of my favourite books as well. Just because it is a fly-through read with such luscious illustrations and gorgeous writing. You know what, I might even have it on display because I love it so much. I think you might as well, haven't you? Display the books you love and hide the ones you don't. Most normal, sane people would probably throw books away that they don't like. I hoard them so I can post about them on Instagram. See, this right here is the dilemma I have. I don't know if anyone else has this, or if it's just my bookshelves revolting. That's why you have to have some face down. Lucky. I read Lucky. I had to study the lovely bones for my A-levels, and I read Lucky as a little extra bit. Do I have any R's? Break a ride and Percy Jackson, yes I do. And I have a Harry Potter shelf as well, but I've got some extra Harry Potters that I just can't make myself throw. I think there's something nice about hardbacks. Those ones are paperbacks. Okay, regretting that. There is something nasty about a hardback. So hard to alphabetize while also fitting them in. My Divergent. Who loved the ending? Who hated it? Oh, have you guys read Carve the Mark? Fates Divide. The Chosen Ones. Veronica Roth is very, very good at morally grey characters. If you're interested in that, I am super interested, which is why I read all her books. What am I doing? Making crabby hands. Just a bit of barrier there. The world does not like Harry Potter at the moment. Might just... oh, okay. See, I put things to the side and then I don't remember I put them there. And then I end up having to do the whole thing again. But they fit nicely, don't they? Harry Potter and Percy Jackson collide. I feel like on Instagram where everyone's got these really pretty bookcases, I feel like I don't understand. I'm so confused. Like, how is it so pretty and perfect? And mine's... mine doesn't fit. This is just depressing now, isn't it? At least you guys get to share my plate. Goodness me. I need to cut my hair. This is the point where I quit. You know, I found this in a charity shop. Just look. Signed. Just buy books from charity shops. It was like £1 for a signed edition by one of my favourite artists, Riddell. Someone gave me a weapon without thinking. I think I had some peas. Oh, I had a pea on my bed. I love this book. It's about suicidal teenagers. The next Fault in Our Stars. But I'd say it's a lot more depressing than The Fault in Our Stars. This is more mental. So I think that touches me a lot more because that's something everyone can relate to. Sad. I'm just recommending sad reads to you guys at the moment. Okay, I think that is enough for today. I'm exhausted. I am not even halfway. I'm currently on M's. So tired. I'll continue organising my bookshelves tomorrow, but I'll probably be in a hoodie because I'm quite cold. I'm too tired. Good night, guys. Hi guys, welcome back to day 2 of reorganising my bookshelves. So here we go. Nivea. Gotta moisturise. The Little Princess bookmark. In bookish thing. I don't know if anyone's noticed this, but all the best titles have little in. The Little Prince, A Little Princess, Little Woman. There's a trend. Look at this one. It's one of my favourite ones because of that. And the story. The stylist scene. Erin Morgenstern. Isn't that a great name, Morgenstern? She's the author of The Night Circus. The new Midnight Sun. I've already done a YouTube video on this and I have a lot of feelings and thoughts. No one's going to believe me when I say this one shelf alone took me an hour. Hour and a half. Every time I look at it, I'm going to look at it with scorn. I had to go and have a pizza break to make myself feel better. Leftover pizza from yesterday. And cold pizza surprisingly tastes a lot different from warm pizza. This is the tour edition for Crescent City. So pretty. Sign through love all is possible, and that's such a great quote throughout the whole of the book. We realise I really enjoyed this book. I actually did an analysis on it for university. We are liars, we are wonderful and privileged, we are cracked and broken, a tale of love and romance, a tale of tragedy. Highly recommend. Oh, and these guys are my beautiful editions of Narnia that do not fit on the shelves. It's really thick and good quality paper as well. Lovely illustrations. Oh, I remember this book from back in the day, Mystic City. This is one of those ones that I just wrote and raved about when I was maybe a pre-teen, I'm not sure, maybe teenager. But it's got memory loss in it, and they're trying to recover their identity. Who is she? Who is that mysterious guy? I don't know if it would be any good to read now, but I really enjoyed it when I was younger. I really love this book, Library. It's a magical read. And it has one of my favourite illustrators, Riddell, doing all the drawings. Just look how that catches the light. And it's got a ribbon, special edition. It's about a little girl who's very interested in science. And there is also a very strange, magical tree that you have to read to find out what happens in the library. I missed these off. This is actually one of the first books that got me into reading when I was in secondary school. I think I was around 11. I just remember reading this and being completely enthralled. The prank was, it's very cliche and I don't know if I'd like it now, but I will always have a special place for this novel. I think I must have read it over 5 times, just repeatedly, when I was younger because I loved it so much. The strange thing is I can't remember it that well, but I remember there being like quite a few plot twists, so that was really awesome. Hi guys, it's day 3 of organising my bookshelves and I'm currently on the letter D. I'm about to go on to C, I think. I've only got a few days left. I'm going to put my head down and get this done today. Aren't these so beautiful? These are called the Seasons editions. I just love the sprayed edges. And the new ones that have just come out, they don't have sprayed edges, but they do come with an etched bookmark. Okay, no, it's not gonna go. I honestly don't know why some books are taller than others. Such a good book. I'd say this is probably one of my favourite prequels. The moral and characters in this book are pretty much gold for every author out there. And the little preludes to things that are going to happen in the actual Hunger Games novels. Oh, such an enjoyable read. And this Invisible Library series by Genevieve Cogman is one of my all-time favourite series. It's about a badass librarian stealing or protecting books from alternative places. So there's an alternative England, so there's an alternative London, one that's saturated with vampires, one that's saturated with technology, or alternatively there can be places where there's no technology, where it's not a thing. Some places are ruled by fae, others by dragons, the chaos and order, the whole rebellion against those two factors. Brilliant. And that is it, we have reached A finally. All we've got left to do is put bits and bobs on to make it look pretty. Now, when I say bits and bobs, I don't mean like 1 or 2 items. I mean, I have a whole other room where I've just plopped everything. It's a bit shameful actually, but I'll show you. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. I have just organised all my shelves with my little bits and bobs. A lot of it is still in the other room. I think I'll just swap my display seasonally, maybe, or it might just stay there. My brother can't come back home because I've literally took over his whole bedroom. If you like this video, please subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and at the end of this I will add a close-up video of all my shelves so you guys can see everything. Alright, thank you, bye!